if you are a 35-plus-year-old man who is looking to lose that gut, get rid of that gut, maybe build a little bit of muscle, but ultimately feel more energy and feel more stamina, well, this video is for you, because what I'm gonna do in this video is break down the most important, what I call needle moving habits that are gonna help you get results, start losing the gut, and feeling good about yourself today. You can get way better than you are now. You can get leaner, you can get stronger, you can gain muscle, and you can get way healthier. And when I say like things like energy and better stamina, I mean like showing up for your family. I mean showing up for you. If you want to live a certain sort of a lifestyle, you want to travel, you want to experience life, great. For your career, being able to show up for your job and your career at a high capacity, have people respect you more. And lastly is in your relationships, for your wives and your girlfriends and your future partners. You want to be able to show up in that relationship too. You don't want to have low stamina, have no energy, have a shitty mood, and have a big fat gut. How is that showing up in a high capacity for those that you care about in your life? That's bullshit. And it's not my style to like scream at you and be really aggressive, but it is my style to be very no bullshit. I make it very clear that you know exactly that I mean business, but I'm not a dickhead about it. And there's a lot of these men's coaches online that I think are really just instructing toxic masculinity, and I don't agree with this shit. You just need discipline, blah, 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 like with this military mindset. That's not me. You're not going to find that here, so click off this video if you're looking for someone to yell at you and call you a pussy and say that you know all this kind of stuff. That's not me, guys. That's not me. But I am going to give you the straight facts. The number one thing that you guys want to focus on if you're looking to feel better, get rid of your gut, and just ultimately get more healthy and fit, show up for you, is going to be your sleep. Okay? And specifically with your sleep, if you're not getting 6 to 8 hours a night, you're doing yourself a disservice. And ultimately, I would recommend for most people to be aiming as close to 8 hours as you possibly can. And the plain and simple fact about this is chronically poor sleep, poor quality, and also poor duration. So if you're sleeping less than 6 hours a night, or if you're frequently waking up a lot, you got to get that shit dealt with, because sleep has a cascading effect on everything in your life. Your hunger and your satiety, so how you feel hunger and how you feel full around food, your hormonal levels. And guys, test matters. Testosterone matters as we get old, because it's natural as we get older, because naturally testosterone is declining, especially after the age of 35. So yeah, you gotta get your sleep in, guys. Just do it for yourself. Just understand that everything can fall apart a lot easier if you're not getting your sleep. And the last thing with your sleep that I recommend highly is because your management of stress. And this is something that you guys aren't thinking about a lot. Like when you're underslept, you can't manage stress as well. So if you want to be able to take on the stresses that life is throwing at you, your kids, your family, your job, your work, relationships, whatever, you got to be able to tolerate that stress. And it's not about avoiding stress. It's about how you react to the stressors in your life that matters, okay? We can't, it's 2025. We can't avoid stress. Stress is coming at us from all angles. It's how you react to it that matters, okay? So getting your sleep is good for your appetite regulation. It's good for your mood and energy levels. It's good for your hormonal levels. It's good for everything. I could go on down the whole list, but yeah, get your sleep. Number 2, guys, is your nutrition. So specifically with nutrition, what we're trying to do, especially over the age of 35 as men, is maintain muscle mass. Your enemy is losing muscle mass. Don't let it happen. Odds are most of you have already let this happen to a degree, but don't worry, you can correct it. You can start gaining muscle. You can start feeling way better in your body and way more capable in your body ASAP. So with your nutrition, the things that I want you to focus on is not eating like a jackass. A lot of you guys, a lot of us men, what we're doing is, and I understand where it comes from, and I don't have children, so those of you that do have children, I get it. A lot of my best friends have children. I see that it's harder when you have children. I'm not denying that. But if you're putting yourself on the back burner and everyone else constantly ahead of you, you're going to get nowhere. You're really going to get nowhere. You need to make sure that you still are taking care of yourself. And that's probably one of the biggest factors that has led to you to where you are. So take care of yourself. Stop eating like a jackass. You deserve real food, okay? When I say real food, you deserve food that's high in fiber for your health, your digestion, your well-being, to help you lose body fat easier. Things like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans and stuff like that, okay? You deserve that. You deserve food that's low fat and high protein, like really lean meats, lean seafood, lean dairy. You deserve that shit. So when it comes to your nutrition, focus on those two things, fiber and protein, okay? A lot of these 20-some fitness coaches online, they don't get it. They're not connected to the health. They're just like, eat more protein, bro. All you need is protein and slam it around this. No, man. You and I, we're not trying to be bodybuilders. We're not trying to be powerlifters. We're not trying to have to turn sideways when we walk through a door. We want to feel good in our body. We want to look good without a shirt on, and we want to show up in a high level for those that we care about in our life and those that might come into our life in the future. Okay, guys? Plain and simple. So, fiber and protein. Fiber and protein. Those are the two things that you need to focus on the most. And at the same time, especially for us men over the age of 35, over the age of 40, over the age of 50, guys, minimize alcohol. If you're still drinking like a 21-year-old frat boy, you're holding yourself back. It screws with your hormones. It can make it way easier to gain belly fat. Alcohol is screwing you up. So I drink. I'm not going to be a hypocrite here. I drink, but very little. Like, I haven't been drunk since I lived in Miami. And I maybe drink, I think I probably average less than one drink a week. Okay? And I've been crushing those 0% alcohol beers recently. Like when I go with my friends, I'll just have 0% alcohol beers, and it fills the role that you would normally have in a social situation. So get the alcohol down to a minimum, guys. Also, guys, something that might hit home for a lot of you fellas, sexual health. When you have a big ass gut, when you're not taking care of your health, your mental health is declining big time. And not only that, but you can really take a hit to your sexual health. And sexual health is really a combination of your mental and physical health all at once. So make sure that you get the alcohol to a minimum for your physical and mental health, because that can really hurt your sexual health as well. I'm not going to get into details on that on YouTube here, but you fellas know what I'm talking about. You got to be able to show up in all aspects of your life. All aspects, guys. Number 3, weight training, otherwise known as strength training or resistance training. You guys need to be doing strength training, especially as us men. We need to protect our muscle. We need to support our testosterone levels. So strength training is one of the best things we can do. Doesn't mean being a jackass. Doesn't mean being an ego lifter. Doesn't mean that you need to copy what everyone else is doing and try to lift a bunch of dumb weight and get yourself hurt. It means lift as much as you can in every exercise for good technique and, well, in a range that actually is something that's doable for you, okay? So basically make sure it's within your current fitness level. When you train outside of your fitness level, it's called ego lifting. And that's dumb shit that ego-driven men do. And the modern man is not an ego-driven man, okay? The modern man is actually, I had a radio talk show, and it was supposed to be called The Modern Man. And the team I was working with eventually changed it to Modern Lifestyle, just to address men and women. But one thing that I'm going to be doing over the next little bit is probably going to be doing something just for men. Will I still work with women? 100% I'll still work with women, but I'll be doing it separately. I want to have a thing just for men that is made just for you guys to make sure that I help more men show up 100% for themselves, their families, and their lives. So weight training, guys, how much weight training should you be doing? I'm not gonna get into all the random details, but make sure you're doing at least 2 full body weight training sessions a week. And guys, for the love of God, please, I'm not talking about HIIT. I'm not talking about high intensity circuit training or any of that bullshit. I'm talking about lifting heavy weights, taking big rest times, lifting heavy weights, taking big rest times. And when I say heavy weights, I mean relatively heavy weights between 6 and 12 reps, okay? 5 and 12 reps, lift heavy. More you fellas should be lifting between 5 and 8 reps, okay? Too many of you guys are up 12 to 15 reps spinning wheels and wasting time. Sure, it's better than nothing, but like, let's get down to brass tacks here. It is much better for most of us to be training in the 5 to 8 rep range with heavier weights more of the time, okay? Let's support that muscle, make sure we don't lose muscle, and we wanna feel strong. So next thing is here, I got my list here. Next thing is here is your cardio. And so a lot of this toxic masculine shit, these guys online will try to tell you that, forgive meatballs, to try to tell you that you don't need to worry about cardio, just lift weights. That's horseshit. You need to do cardio, okay? If cardio to you is literally just going for a short walk every day, unreal. You're on the ball. Walking is probably the most underrated form of exercise. Definitely walk. Definitely walk. Okay, even if you're weight training several times a week, walk more. But cardio is incredibly important for our long-term health and our mental health. Okay, so if you want to show up at high capacity, if you want to feel like that modern man, if you want to show up like that man that knows how to take care of business, knows how to handle pressure, knows how to show up for those he cares about in his life, you got to be able to be strong here and strong here. Because there's nothing sexy about high blood pressure. There's nothing sexy about terrible blood sugar and bad cholesterol and type 2 diabetes. That's not sexy. And by the way, those of you who are diabetic or pre-diabetic, don't worry, you can drastically improve your situation. You can lose your gut even if you're diabetic. And if you're pre-diabetic, you guys can reverse that shit. I promise you that. You can reverse it because I've done it with many clients. As a matter of fact, I've actually had clients who were type 2 diabetic reverse their diabetes. Now, I will say this, they didn't have type 2 diabetes for a decade before reversing it, but they still reversed it, okay? So cardio is incredibly important. Just do it, guys. Energy, stamina, mood, stress tolerance, long-term health, keeping the ticker good, keeping the lungs good, stamina, okay? Number 5, and this is something that I really wanted to address in a lot of my content on social media that I really haven't addressed as much, and this is taking pride in yourself. Taking pride in yourself. You know, guys, there's so many of us men that it usually comes when we're putting everyone and everything ahead of ourselves, our work ahead of ourselves, our family ahead of ourselves, our kids ahead of ourselves, and then we're eating the scraps and making ourselves fat and not taking care of ourselves, okay? Yeah, the family and the career is important. I'm never saying that your health and fitness has to be more important than your family or your career. But sometimes, at some moments, it needs to be. Because maybe at 2 p.m. today, you can carve out a little bit of time to cook yourself some good food, to prep some meals, to go for a walk. You know, sometimes you need to be number one, okay? And that doesn't mean you have to be number one all the time. It just means sometimes you need to be able to prioritize yourself and take some time for yourself as well, okay? So taking pride in yourself is like, it's taking pride in your health and identifying as someone who does the shit. As an action taker, as a person, identify as a person who works out. So when people question you, and people will, because the majority of people don't do healthy shit, when people question you, you be like, nah, I go to the gym because it makes me feel good. I go to the gym because it makes me look good. I go to the gym because I love feeling strong. I feel better. You know, you're so confident in what you're doing and you see the plus side in what you're doing that nothing derails you. And over time, it becomes part of your identity. And so this is part of taking pride of yourself, is taking pride in doing the shit in your life that matters for you in the long run. And that could be the workouts, it could be cooking some meals, buying healthier food, you know, going for a walk, hydrating, better sleep, taking out making sure you get some downtime, some you time to do the shit that matters to you as well, your hobbies. Okay? So this is taking pride in yourself. It's not, the superficial is the low light. The owning you as a healthy and fit individual is the highlight. That's the forefront. And because people are gonna, oh man, you don't need to go to the gym, just eat some burgers and have some beers. No, cool, I can meet up with you guys after, but I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna finish my workout, I'll take a quick shower, and then I'll meet up with you guys. And you can go meet up with them, and maybe you do have a burger, maybe you have an alcohol-free beer, maybe you just drink water. But part of owning who you are and taking pride in yourself doesn't mean sacrificing everything fun, doesn't mean cutting things out of your diet, doesn't mean spending 2 hours in the gym every day, doesn't mean getting 4 hours of sleep and saying you're an alpha. That's all bullshit. Okay, guys? That's all bullshit. Stick to the basics, guys. Stick to the basics, and you got this. So, once again, sleep, nutrition, weight training, cardio and or walking, and taking pride in yourself and really owning it. Okay, guys? I know I'll probably have more thoughts after I record this video, but that's okay. I can always post another video later. And if you're interested in hearing more about how I can help you change your life, how I can help you lose the gut, get stronger, have better energy and stamina so you can be healthy and feel good in your body, well, I'm gonna drop down in the description, I'm gonna drop a link where you can check out all the details about my coaching. Now, also down in the description, I'm gonna drop a link to my 5 steps to no bullshit weight loss for life blueprint. It's a men's health blueprint to basically map out my 5-step framework, the same 5-step framework that I build the foundational plan for you if you work with me one-on-one. I map out that framework for you in a 26-page PDF. Super easy to read. I literally map it out so you can start on your new journey now. And all I need with that is you can click on the link. You have to put in your email, and basically I send that to you via email, and then I continue sending you helpful tips after that. If for whatever reason you think my tips suck, which I don't think is the case, but if you do, then you can always unsubscribe at any time. But anyway, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe here on YouTube, and also click that thumb to let YouTube know that I'm a good creator and I make helpful content. But we'll see you soon.